Okay, guys, so I'm back. And now it's part two of the reading about the meeting. So this is so funny, I guess. I'm gonna try to do it like the fly on the wall kind of thing. Let's see if I could do it because the questions, two questions, what Trump said in the meeting and how he acted, and what Putin said and how he acted. So I'm gonna close my eyes and try to see it like theater, okay, if possible. I'm gonna thank the spirits for all the clear information, and I'm gonna close my eyes. The first thing, guys, that I saw, I just wanted to share this with you before I even start seeing more things. There's images of fireworks. We are celebrating, okay? And what it's letting me know is that as they begin the meeting, they know, well, I guess maybe Putin knows, Trump doesn't know that it's over, okay? That Putin knows something big has been breached from his plan. He knows that it's time to put, at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know, because it contradicts a little bit of what I said. What each wanted from the meeting, which was just the other part that I just did. So there's something where there's fireworks, meaning it's over for us, meaning we're celebrating, and it's almost as obviously it's the past, right? It already happened, but there's a sense of that the meeting was a loss, it was a waste of time, or it's too late now for them. Okay, so let me go back and close my eyes again. So another thing I wanted to share, which is strikes me as a little bit, it's like a little strange. So, and I feel it's so weird, guys. Okay, it's because I'm feeling this thing. So the way that the meeting goes, Trump is very meek. Oh, like this, like I said, he has this attitude. He wants his approval, Putin's approval. So it's funny. It's interesting because I see it just the way I had seen something related to was Angela Merkel, this file folder situation. Everybody has a file folder, and he has a printout, two printouts also. One is a still of the video. I told you the PP tape, and it's a particularly, and this is like I'm seeing this because as I see. So there's two. It's like a regular letter size paper, two sheets of paper. One is an image of the video, another is a financial document. Okay, so as I see these two on the Putin is putting as they start to talk, he pulls it out and he doesn't even talk about it. He's like, oh hi, and opens the thing and sets these two. There is no conversation about it. Okay, but then the feeling that Trump has is like this, oh, so disgusting, I'm so bad, it's disgusting. He has a feeling of great shame, okay, about this. He feels so, oh, he's so embarrassing, how could I, so embarrassing. He just feels so embarrassed about it. Okay, and obviously I think he picked, God, I was like, have you seen, by the way, have you seen, there was like, I think some artist who made these sculptures of Trump naked. Just Google Trump naked sculptures. Hell, it's like disgusting but funny. So something like that. It shows him naked, and they're like kind of maybe there's several. Anyway, it's like an image where he looks terrible. I mean, he's not like he's particularly attractive, but it makes him look particularly bad. And I feel like he's embarrassed about his penis or whatever, genitalia. Do I make fun of him? Do I? No, no. But there's, like I said, it's something about his shame. He feels like he's so ugly and so he feels this deep like I'm so inadequate. I'm so disgusting. Like he feels it. So what I'm going to say is that Putin put this stuff out, and he shows what is this money he owes us. Yeah. So he owes Putin money. Okay, this is how much we've given you throughout the years, and it's crazy. It's like something like 900, 600 million. It was something really crazy like that, okay? So this is, it's really like how the meeting starts. Putting these two images on the table. So in putting him in this position where he's feeling such incredible shame. It's hard to even put into words because it's a trauma, it's like strange. So so this is how it starts, okay? So this image is, I don't think it's symbolic. I mean, it could be symbolic, but it's so that this is between them, it's this situation, okay? So that's how it starts. All right, so, okay. Oh, he's saying, you've done a good job, you have shown that you're committed to my ideas, you're committed to the things I care about. Like the way that the dynamic happens is such that he feels that, I mean, guys, it sounds kind of crazy to say, but from Trump's perspective, Putin is a god, okay? Because he gave him everything he had. I mean, literally, right? He financed everything, and he gave him the election, like literally, okay? We have to recognize that. Truthfully, he gave him the election. So then, and he's dumb. I mean, it's true. It's not like he would have been able to do this on his own. No. So it really is, guys. Trump was a tool for them, okay? And unfortunately, he's upset. Putin is upset that it is what it is. He's just, it's not, but he somehow, I feel like Putin knows it's not working. He was a big risk. He accomplished a lot, but I feel like he can sense it. And this is why, I think, I had written down the question that I was going to leave for the end, which is why he was late. I think here's something like he was in the math, almost like he threw up. I don't know. There's something like he's sick again. Somebody said there's something about he knows he has a bad premonition, has a bad feeling about how things are going to turn out. He knows he was in a desperate position. He wanted to do this. He's like, I miscalculated. But he's very cold, right? So it's not like he's very analytical, very intelligent, very cold. So, but he just has a sense that he may obviously this whole thing was about overplaying their hand. He bluffs a lot. But anyway, so going back to the scene, he's praising him. Oh, you've done a pretty good job, but you still owe me, and this is a situation that we just happen to know. And and before Putin even speaks, he's apologizing to him. He's saying, it's disgusting. The Democrats, they just are always after me. They're just so annoying, so awful. They just pick on me for everything. They can't accept that they lost it. And then they just can't. The same thing, guys, is blaming Obama. Obama, I know. Obama wasn't Obama. Disgusting. Can you believe a black man in the president? Disgusting. He's saying that to him. And he's like, okay, listening to him complain about everything and everybody. He's like complaining about Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan. Who is this guy he's complaining about? Kevin McCarthy. Is that right? I don't know. Who else complaining about? Hannity even. He's complaining about Hannity. He's just complaining about everybody. Okay, that nobody helps him, nobody does anything for him, nobody does and I can't get anybody to talk like tough guy talk. I think he even talks about Avenatti, how Avenatti, there should be somebody like Avenatti on my side. Why not? And he just complains for hours about how he can't do anything, and he even complains about how he can't play golf anymore like he used to, and that he feels like he's being followed. And Jared is just constantly getting into trouble, and this is what's interesting, guys. He's apologizing, but all as usual with Trump, right? It's not nothing is his fault. So he blames everyone, and he's just like, right. So So what are the things? What is it complaining about? Yeah, the cyber. There's something. The election. Cyber election. Voter. He's saying to him something about voter records. What is this voter records? He's saying, I told you cannot go to voter records. You do not let them touch your voter records. Put a guy there, trust. Don't worry about it, it's gonna be okay. Guys, I feel like Putin is concerned about the voter. I think they went into the databases. What is this? What is it worried about? What is the weak link from Putin's perspective? Oh. Cambridge Analytica, okay. Cambridge Analytica Recon Database, Ted Cruz. They want to find the tool. Find the machines. Yeah, I think Putin is very concerned with the voting thing. He's very worried that there's traces of evidence in the voting records that they will know that the Russians win. This is what I think Putin is most worried about right now, in terms of finding out their fingerprints, literally at the quote unquote at the election. I think they changed the data, voter data, a lot, and there's some evidence that there is proof of this. This is because I think he's going to lose everything. If from Putin's perspective, if the election is annulled, he loses everything. If they remove Trump, but don't touch anything, okay, he has some time. But he's worried that if they get to want to annul the election, he's like, fuck it. He can't have it happen. It's like, guys, what is that? Have you no one have seen these movies about mountain climbing like the Everest or whatever that is? Like, well, I'm a sporty person, know a lot about it. It's like these ice mountains, and they have these, I guess, ice picks. That's what it is. So I feel like Putin feels like he's gone far up in the mountain. He's put his tags there or something, and he does not want. It took him a lot to get a lot of money, a lot of resources, a lot of focus to get to it. He doesn't want to have to remove his posts, and this is why This is why he's pissed about the woman, because he knows it's going to be the beginning. He feels that she has some. The problem is the money laundering, but that she herself, if they torture her, whatever, he feels that she doesn't know. Oh, she doesn't know how, because like I said, she's not the strategist. She's the employee. She follows. I feel like they don't talk about it because Putin is actually worried about this. Okay, so he's worried about that. You can't have to stop this. You have to stop sanctions. Talk about sanctions. I feel like they talk about it because he's saying, well, how am I supposed to transfer your money? I mean, I can't transfer your money if if I'm blocked. I mean, you have to make it easy for me. You know what I'm saying? And Trump is like, I'm gonna tell Mnuchin. I'll let Mnuchin knows, that we can kind of find a way to let you know and stuff. Guys, and I'm getting a sense, this is flashed another image. There is an employee at the Treasury Department who's a Russian Mueller. He takes information from, and Mnuchin knows about this. So there's somebody who works in there, so relatively low position. Somehow Mnuchin passes information to him about the market. Oh my God, it's too much information, guys, coming. It's crazy about the markets, right? Market influencing, pushing the markets, changing the market patterns. Oh my God. This is a whole other can of worms that is opening up, telling me now. Guys, I have to tell you this because they're saying, tell them now. The thing about this stock market manipulation. Mnuchin knows about this. This guy knows about this. This guy has spent some time doing some sort of advanced graduate degree, either Russian studies or Russian economics. So he's lived there, blonde hair. I don't know. He works in the Treasury Department anyway. So just something else opened up here. So I want to go back to the reading. So it says that he wants. And guys, the thing, okay, this is the thing. I think Putin feels that he owns Trump, literally. He's not worried about Trump. He's worried about Trump's inability to stop these investigations and to not just the Russia investigation, but the whole thing about how the Russia changed the voter registrations, okay? Especially how they created these systems, system glitches, how they had some role in the voter machines and all that. It's a combination. I've seen, as I've been always seeing, these many things happening at once, but he's concerned, very concerned about it because, like I said, he does not want to lose the whole thing. Losing Trump to him, it's relatively okay because there are others, but losing the whole thing, it's too much. It's like, it would be like a completely waste for him, total waste. So in the midst of this, what he wants, the thing, talk about the US. Now the thing with NATO came too, but he, in a way, he uses the whole thing with the excuses of Trump's inability to get anything done, right? I mean, I think he lets him know that he has everything. I have this, it's the first thing that's between them is his leverage over Trump. So his challenge is, like I said, is that Congress can't act. The Democrats, they can't control the narrative the way that they wanted. And there's a lot of, they're not counting, they're saying, the population is rising up. I can't believe you can't control them. You can't have some laws, put some goddamn laws in place. They can't be, he understands that the zeitgeist is really going against Trump. And he talks to him like, what the hell do you do with the babies? I think he wanted, he is a far right person, he likes it. But he feels that really, he didn't understand that would turn, that will turn the public against him. So that's bad, guys. So this is the thing. It's like a standstill, and because, like I said, I feel like that's the thing, guys. This is the moment. This is, in a way, a moment of desperation where Putin wants to put more physical troop Russian agents in the U.S. as a means to begin some sort of, like I said, the surveillance and the computer stuff, in a few years start some sort of invasion, something like that. They want, they want to control. How, for example, they went into these countries like Poland and Yugoslavia, right? The communist bloc, kind of like that, like where Russia is the center and it controls the other countries in a way or another. They would have intelligence posts in all these countries, kind of the same way that it worked because Putin was familiar with how this worked before. Okay, so this is ultimately this and sanctions. I feel like he asked about sanctions and NATO. I feel like but like I said, I think Putin somehow feel like he knows that it kind of backfired. Okay, the fact that they went by, there's something about, like I said, I feel like he wants, the reason why I think he's focusing on that stuff as opposed to his other, I'd said before, I think the agenda changed with the developments. The reason why he wants this is because he believes that if he can, like I say, get to the internet, do these attacks where false alarms and other things, so he can revert the situation to his favor by creating a world-like environment. It's like he wants to scare people, like I said, and it connects with what I had said before, which is that he wants, the whole thing when I said before, the vision of the cloud, like, don't be afraid, okay? But that's what because it seems like the agenda is really to create fear in the population. So that's what it is. Like I said, he pushes for that, what I described in the first part of the video. As he is pushing for Trump, he's saying, well, look, there's no resistance from Trump, okay, because he owns Trump. But there is a kind of, I think either Putin or both of them know that there's an impediment on the road. Okay, there's something where they feel like it's, oh, that's right, of course, it's not just the investigation, it's the zeitgeist, it's the world now, you know, it feels that it's worldwide, the opposition to them. Okay, guys, I'm gonna just say it. I think Trump even asked if there's a way that they could assassinate Mueller or like try to do those kinds of things, okay? But I think Putin is like, he's like, oh, we'll look into it, but he knows it's not worth it. It's not worth doing it for Trump. So, okay. So I'm going to stop here because then, like I said, it has to be done in chunks. So the next part is going to be how the meeting ends and the decisions that are made either at the very end of the meeting or right after. Okay.